today doing our podcast. Today we have a special guest named Stephanie. As you all know, I'm Valerie, this is Ash, and here's Danielle. So Stephanie, I want you to tell all of these wonderful listeners like what you do, all the obstacles that women face being a business owner, how we fail, but we always get back up, right?
Yeah, wow. Well, that's a lot to unpack right there. Let's start with your first comment there, which was interior design. What I do, I am an interior designer, which is
love that.
So much fun, and it's kind of what you see on TV a little bit, but also there's a lot more behind the scenes that, of course, you don't know about. Like the HGTV makes things really pretty and really exciting and really fun, and those things are true. And there are the days that you also want to pull your hair out. And why isn't this sofa coming from North Carolina like it said it was going to? And now it's 2 weeks late. And oh my gosh, it showed up with a broken leg. And oh my gosh, the drama of a sofa.
The furniture drama, no.
Yes.
Not the couch.
But I love everything about what I do. I love interior design, mostly because of the people. I love my clients. My clients are absolutely the best part about interior design. And really what that means for me is I get to know my clients at such a deep level. I want to know how they function in their space, what their goals are, what they like to do, how they live with their family or their friends, or are they entertaining or whatever on surface level. And then I observe. And so I kind of become the creepy guy in the corner watching you while you're fixing your tea or whatever, because I really want to see how you're living in your space so I can optimize it absolutely to the best of my ability. And I love when I have a client who's frustrated with a space or a room or they're building a new space and they have no idea what to do with it. And I get to come in and pull the ideas out of their head and then make it happen in real life. It's
I love that.
So much fun.
You're an artist.
It feels very artistic. Yes. And it totally plays to the spreadsheet side of me too, because I've got a ton of spreadsheets of watching where everything is and when it's going in, and you have to track things so specifically. So I get my nerdy side in too, which is nice. Yes.
So it's artistically analytical.
Oh, totally. Very much so. That's a really good way to put it.
What made you want to do interior design? Like, were you watching like a down home fab type show, or Love It or List It or Flip It or Forget, whatever they are?
I actually got into it way before those things even existed.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Yes. So I am a military kid. And what that means is that I moved around a lot as a kid. And there was nothing, I didn't have my room for 10 years, right? I didn't have my stuff available to me all the time that I had from when I was a kid or whatever. So everywhere we moved, it just became inherent to create home and create that space for myself. And I realized that other people don't have the ability to create home for themselves the way that I do.
Right.
And so I just completely fell in love with the idea of creating home. And when I hit college, I went to college for interior design, knowing that home was what I wanted to do, right? But I also wanted all the analytical, nerdy side of things. So I went to school and I learned project management and construction management and electrical plans and floor plans and architectural drawings. And I got into the nitty gritty of interior design. So, I can go from building a brand new home or commercial space all the way to, going out shopping for the weekend with the girls and getting a whole weekend, project done all at once. Yeah.
So be honest, how much math does that require? I'm out. Okay.
This
was not the career for me.
Yeah. It's a good 60% math. It's a ton of math. Because you have to manage someone's budget and know how to break all of that down, and then manage your time on top of that, because you can end up in a rabbit hole of pillows. There are hundreds of thousands of pillows out there.
Oh, yeah.
And you can end up looking at pillows for 2.5 hours.
I believe it.
That is not a great use of my time.
Nope.
So, time management is super important. And so math really does become important. But that's one side of my business is interior design. I also do real estate staging. So that is a totally different world, but also just as important.
I think it's important.
It is.
Because it gives the people that are looking at the home a feeling of home. Bro,
She gets me.
I get it. Because the more, like, that they can see themselves in it, the more
Yes.
they're like,
Yes.
what's it going to take?
That's it. That's it. It gets them totally in. And the honest truth, this is scientifically research-based.
Mhm.
Women are the decision makers when it comes to purchasing a home. Did we know this? Did we know this,
100%.
ladies?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I feel like yes.
Women are pulling the trigger.
I could definitely, see that because I'm going to be like, you cook in this kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who is enjoying the home? Who's making home? It's the women, truly. And we are the ones who go in and say, I can make this home or I can't make this home.
Right.
Right. So at the end of the day, that idea of, hey, this is a totally empty space, but this is what I can do with it because I see that there's a sectional here. I see that there's a dining table here. Look at this color palette. I can definitely make this work for my family.
Mhm.
And that's what my whole goal is from a staging standpoint.
Yeah.
And it works. It's so cool because I see the numbers and I know that houses sell faster when they're staged. I know that they're sold for more money when they're staged for up to 20%.
Ooh.
Wow.
Like dollar bills, y'all.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's money in your pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a big thing too.
Is that why
For
they
sure.
say that like women get the house and the man gets a cave?
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's all they get.
I think so.
It's like, sir, you may have one room and you may decorate it, but the rest of the house is mine.
I think so. And I really do, when I have a couple, like let's say a husband and wife, that maybe the guy seems a little less interested in being involved in the design, but sometimes it's the wife. Sometimes the wife does not want to have the nitty gritty because it's too overwhelming. Maybe, I mean, how many of us are on Pinterest 80 times a day or Instagram? And we're like, oh my gosh, I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. And then you are overwhelmed with thousands of ideas because you put them all together.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Because wouldn't that be a nightmare if you put all those things in one room?
Yep.
You know?
Did that for my wedding. I was like, we can't have both these types of glasses. This is ridiculous.
Right. And you figure it out after a while, but sometimes you don't have the time, you don't have the energy. It's not something that's natural to you. So that's where I come in. And it's a great time.
Love
But
love
yeah, that's the business aspect of it. So remind me what the next questions were, because those were some deep ones.
I want to talk about like building your business, how women think, oh, I'm going to start a business. This is going to be easy, right? What it takes. And then what does it take when you pack up your family and you move to another state and have to start over?
Oh my gosh. That's an excellent question. So I really, I have fallen flat on my face more times than I can count.
But we
I
all
am
do it.
so good at failing.
We all
like,
do it.
really, really great at it. And I think I'm so good at failing because I know how I can pick myself back up because I've learned how. I have learned resilience. But I only learned resilience by falling on my face over and over and over again. And it was miserable each time. And you end up at the bottom of the barrel, and you're down on the rocks, and it sucks. But man, I'm so grateful for each one of those times, and looking back, if I hadn't made those mistakes, made those huge errors, or even, things totally out of my control, moving to a new state and following my family and cutting off an arm of myself, aka my little baby business, it was like leaving a child.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it broke my heart. And it was a complete upheaval, and it definitely was a situation where I felt like I failed again.
Did you move from a different state?
I did. Yes. Why, yes, I came from Colorado.
Okay, then.
You came here
Yeah.
from Colorado?
Yeah, so my husband is from Lexington, so I know.
So Colorado, you were
I was
booming, banging,
Yeah.
business-wise. You were doing your thing. It was all good you were steady.
I was beyond steady. It was exponential growth.
Okay.
It was unsustainable growth. Epic fail for me
And
because
when
it was
did you
like
move here?
I moved here in 2021, technically.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
How long were we doing the things in Colorado?
So I started my business in November of 2018.
Okay.
Was so ramped that I had quit my part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it was a full-time job in real estate, but it became part-time because of how busy I was. So I was doing staging almost exclusively for the year of 2019.
Okay.
Ended up getting so busy that I accrued a team of 10 people to do staging and moving and things like that.
It's pretty good size.
I had an assistant just for my stuff, just for my calendar. I did interior design. I mean, I was so slammed busy in such a short amount of time. And what an awesome situation, right? Like, I mean, I'm not complaining about that. But it was because of personal stuff. I didn't know how to set boundaries.
Okay.
I didn't know how to say, no, I can't do that. I didn't know how to say, my time is worth more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to take a weekend off. I didn't have those boundaries in place for myself with my business. And it caused me to become so involved in my business that, I was starting to lose my relationship with my husband. And which is part of the reason why we moved here anyway, because he was homesick. Maybe he wouldn't have been if I was not working literally 100 hours a week.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is a
It was
lot.
insanity. Unsustainable growth. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge lesson I learned in falling flat on my face, going from 150 miles an hour to 0 very quickly. It was scary. It was overwhelming.
So is your husband in a similar business, or is he doing something completely different?
I am very lucky. He's also my handyman.
Ah,
so yes.
So nice.
But he does also have a business. He owns a gutter business here in town. He's in Central Kentucky and does a wonderful job, totally doing his own thing. But every once in a while, I get to utilize his services and stuff, which is awesome because he and I have become so in tune with working together that he pretty much doesn't even have to ask me what I need done. And he walks in the door, he starts unboxing things, he puts things together, he starts hanging things on the walls. He knows where I want stuff done. It's amazing. So yes, quite a blessing.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that we're both able to support each other and each other's businesses is so fantastic. I don't think that I would have been able to pick myself up after falling on my face with this unsustainable growth situation, where I tried to like pass it on to someone else and manage it from Kentucky. And that was such a disastrous situation. Oh my gosh. It was so sad. Yeah. And it really did feel like losing a kid, like, oh my gosh, I put so much effort and love and sweat and blood and tears into this thing, and now it's dead. It was so intense. So it took a long time for me to come back from that. And then I got pregnant and became a mommy. Yay! And
do you have a boy, girl,
I have a sweet baby boy. Aww. His name is Wesley, and he has red hair, and it's just the best thing in the world.
I'm so jealous.
Oh,
After this, we have to see pictures of Wesley.
You got it?
All I ever wanted was a boy. I have 4 girls.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say red hair. Because I really wanted red hair, and I told my husband, I think even before we got married, I was like, you better give me red hair.
I just want one boy, and I have 3 of the most emotional girls.
Oh, I have a very emotional little
4
boy.
Emotional girls.
I was about to say the last one's not emotional.
No, they're all emotional in their own way.
My sweet little boy is so lovey and emotional, but he's only 2, so he's not like off the handle yet.
That may change.
He's not in the 3-nager stage yet.
Not
so
the 3-nager.
we'll get there.
It's coming.
So becoming a mom changed my life. And I feel like it does.
Right.
It changes you as a person, inside and out. And my goals shifted. And I feel like they were already really trying to shift. It just became such an instant, powerful boundary that was so easy to slide into place.
So it became I'm going to work 100 hours a week too. I'm spending this weekend with my son.
I'm spending 100% of my time with my son.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I didn't work at all, except if I wanted to. I took on like 2 or 3 clients pretty much from the time I got pregnant until About a year ago. So
There's nothing wrong with that. I love it.
Awesome. It's been wonderful. And I am starting to kind of get myself back into business.
Okay.
And things have been so busy so quickly that now I'm like, oh, crap. Wait, how do I put this boundary in place now?
Right.
So it's one of those, do I dig my heels in and slow down a little bit? Do I lean into this side of business that's really starting up for me? So yeah, I'm very excited. It's really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It is.
But it took so many falls and
Mm-hmm.
so many failures to get here. I placed my trust in a lot of people who were not worthy of that. And it really was sad to see. But I think that as a woman in business, it's one of those things that we sometimes have to be aware of our emotions.
Yep.
And we have to be aware that people aren't always there in the same way that we're there for them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Your heart is big, and it is full of love, and it's full of a lot of generosity, and you can give so much of that to so many people, and sometimes people really take advantage of that. And
Absolutely.
I definitely learned that the hard way a lot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those were some of my biggest, honestly, they've become my biggest successes. Huge failures at the time.
Mhm.
Looking back, thank God for those massive failures.
And
I love that.
I think that's when, because I know just starting this year, I started saying, okay, I'm going to set boundaries. Like, I've never set boundaries before in my life, right? And you're always like, oh, I can do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh, can you do this? Oh, they didn't do it. Okay, I'll just do it. Never mind. Who cares, right?
Mhm.
And now, you're like, you know what? It's okay to set that boundary.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to say no. And it's okay not to be okay, right?
Oh, big time. Big time. Authenticity in business, I think, is the most important part of business.
Yep.
Yes, of course, we all present ourselves in a way that's like, our best foot forward.
Mhm.
Of course we do. But if you're not authentic and you're not presenting yourself as who you are and you're not respecting your time, why would anyone else respect your time or who you are or what you do?
Exactly.
Why would they pay you your value when you don't know your own value?
Yep.
If you don't respect that, why would anyone else?
That's right. That is right.
Yeah. That was another very hard lesson.
So I've had small business owners, especially female small business owners, come to me and tell me that they receive more support and encouragement and, like, in the case of social media, like shares and comments and boosts on their posts and stuff from complete strangers than they have from the people that they thought were their friends or their business partners or employees or people that they assumed would be there for them. Do you feel like you've had that experience?
Yes. I remember a very specific time when I was very deep into social media, and I really put a lot of my worth and value on my social media. So I had to take a huge step back for that and put up a lot of boundaries around social media. But at one point in time, I looked at my husband and I was like, you've never shared one of my posts. You hardly even like them. What's going on? Now, my husband is not on social media.
Right.
Like, he's on it.
Yeah.
For his mom, because we were in Colorado and his mom was in Kentucky. So for me to have the expectation that my husband would be getting onto social media and sharing my posts or talking about my business was very unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
But it was so important to my business that I didn't understand why he wouldn't just do that naturally.
Yeah.
Again, that comes with becoming an adult and knowing how to communicate my needs as an adult to my husband. So that was a great learning lesson. But also, it was hard to see that my biggest supporter, the person in my corner, wasn't in my corner in that aspect of my business. And I thought it was so weird. I was very offended for a while. And then I noticed, very similar to that everybody in circles around mine, not even necessarily my circle, but circles surrounding mine, were tagging me in posts about stagers or tagging me as an interior designer on Facebook posts. I didn't even know these people. I had no idea who they were, and they're tagging me. I'm like, how do you know my name? what's going on?
But
Thanks
thank you.
for the support.
Thank
but
you
are
so
you
much. And I
stopping
always
me?
was like, oh, thanks. Oh, thank you so much. But it was wild. It got to the point where I had such a loyal, like, following taggership kind of group that any social media post, if somebody put anyone else but me, it was pretty much just it just disappeared. Because my name was mentioned so many times on these posts. It was incredible.
So I don't know if you know like a lot about our backstory as Bourbon Boss Babes.
No,
But
not a lot.
me and Valerie actually came together and formed this because we did not have a lot of support for our own businesses. So we actually created Bourbon Boss Babes for women like you who didn't have that support that they thought they were going to have from their husbands. You know, husbands aren't that great when it comes to social media,
Not
guys.
even a little bit.
But that's why we built this.
I love that.
Was so that we can support all the women that will also support us.
So I've been around since you started. I've been a lurker in the background.
Hey.
Because craziness, you know, and life happens and stuff. But then I got back from Texas. I've been gone for a long time. I got back and I was like, I'm going to start networking. And so then I was like, oh yeah, I'll go check all the pages and everything. And I came back and found this one again. And I mean, I just got back in June. And then it was like, okay, cool, I'm back on. And then I met with Valerie. And then like, whoa, it just happens so fast. You know what I mean? It does.
It's just like popcorn.
It
starts
is.
popping.
And that's one of those things with business. One touch, one piece, one
person, one
connection, one little thing.
Like,
you never know where it's going to be. So
That's
if
right.
you just continue to make those little touches, you know, go to all the networking events that you can go to.
Yep.
Make as many friends as you can. Go out and do the thing. Hold your boundaries. Take great care of yourself. Fill your cup. I love seeing that you put that stuff on there all the time. And moms are terrible at filling our cups.
Yes.
Amen.
And business owners are terrible at filling our cups. And so because of that, I think it's so awesome that you really do, you know, put that out there a lot. I think it's awesome. And I love that you all put something together where women can support each other.
Yes.
Because I think if women were able to truly support each other the way that we would want to be supported without fear, right? Because you know the fear is there.
We're working to hide that fear.
It's scary.
Consistency is the only way to get the fear away.
No question. Consistency for sure.
So we're here to stay, ladies.
Right? That's right. Well, I won't be. I'm just here for this one episode.
Well,
But
you'll
they're
be
going to be
at
here.
events, you'll come to the networking
That's right,
events.
that's
You'll
right.
be around.
That's
Won't be
right.
hard
Her
to find
face
you.
will be there.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll be
in the
around
group.
for sure.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, I just think it's so important for us to support each other without fear of those other women, you know, undermining or, you know, you have to know that people are going to do that and keep moving forward and showing up as who you are.
That's right.
And it's scary.
You sound
it's
like
awesome.
Valerie. You sound like Valerie.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
But it's wild.
She gives
the
me
level-
pep talks a lot, and they usually are like, doesn't matter what other people think. We just keep
Yep.
trucking. We keep moving forward.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the
Okay,
truth.
Valerie.
That's the truth.
And it's wild the level of competition that we have come across. It's like we're creating a group for women with small businesses and business owners that are also, you know, wives, moms, sisters, daughters, to all support each other. As a woman, why would you want to compete with that? Why can't we all, even if you want to do something similar,
Mhm.
let's all do it together. Let's
That's
have
the thing.
multiple groups.
Those are not your people.
That's exactly
Those
right.
people
Correct.
who are in competition with you, you don't have to be in competition with them.
Correct.
Because I don't want to be involved in people who are trying to be in competition. I mean, there's enough business for everybody.
Yes.
All the time. Right?
This episode is brought to you by family-owned and operated J. Mattingly 1845 Distillery. They produce crafted bourbons and whiskeys, home of the Bourbon 30. They are located at 20 Riley Road, Frankfort, Kentucky. Come join them for a tasting experience and bring home your own bottle of bourbon from the Bluegrass State. Thank you, J. Mattingly.
There's enough pie to go around.
Always enough pie. I love pie. Pie is my favorite dessert.
You
Do
see
have
why
a
she's
favorite
on here?
flavor?
Yeah, I see.
My
I
favorite flavor. I'm
see.
so glad that you asked.
Oh, lovely.
I love raspberry pies. Have you had a
What
raspberry
is a
pie?
raspberry?
Okay, so Marie Callender's, it's a frozen pie. It's delicious, but it's essentially like a triple berry pie. So it's raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. I think they might even have cherries in there. But it is like the best crust and buttery and gooey and delicious. And then inside is that heavenly like berry jam, you know?
Okay. Raspberry pie. Marie Callender's.
It's a frozen pie.
Weirdly enough, but also that's just because I grew up with it. My pies are really the only pies that I eat because I'm the best.
Okay.
So she says.
What about
Bake
what about a Bourbon
All right.
Boss Babes pie off?
How much fun
There
would
you
that
go.
be?
You guys are gonna have so much fun.
But here's the kicker. I'm not Betty Crocker. But
We also
Valerie
don't
is.
have an oven here.
We bring the pies.
We'll bring
No
the pies.
ovens.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, we'll do a pie taste test. Love,
Okay.
love.
That'll be a
Sounds
fun
delicious.
extra to
We
do.
could totally do a networking event around that.
Around
Yes.
pies. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. We should do
Oh,
it
yeah, Thanksgiving's coming.
maybe November.
Yeah.
The November one because of
Thanksgiving.
ideas are born on the
Yes,
podcast,
that's what I'm
ladies.
saying. There
we
Ideas are born. Oh,
This is
I
what
love
happens
that.
when women support women.
Exactly.
Pie.
Absolute pie
See?
happens.
Pie happens.
I like apple pie. That's just
That's
me.
okay.
Apple pie is such a great, like, if you were only to have one pie forever and ever and ever, apple pie would be such a great
Warm
pie.
it up. I put ice cream on
Every time. You have to. You have to.
it. That's the way to do it. Okay.
You're right.
Any other just desserts that are way up there for you?
All of them.
All of
I'm a lemon person.
Brownie.
So,
Oh,
like, you
okay.
give me, like, a lemon bar.
Mm.
So, I like a crust. You know, clearly that's the thing.
Right.
I like a nice crust, and then I like a gooey lemon bar on top. I would love that with some blueberries or something.
Okay.
I make a great lemon bar.
So I have a question about rebuilding your business.
Yes.
Where, you mentioned that you had fallen several times.
Mhm.
Even like on your face, as you say. I
Yes.
get that. That happens to so many people who start a small business.
Mm.
How did you know when you were, mentally and emotionally ready to rebuild, that you wanted to even go in that direction again, and that it was going to be different? Like, even if the business came so quickly, it would not be another situation of unsustainable growth.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. I didn't.
Okay.
I never felt ready.
Okay.
I never felt, okay, I'm so ready to get back out there. No, every time I went out with trepidation, including this time, I was scared. I thought, what if the same thing happens? What if I get taken advantage of again? What if? And all of these things swirl, right? And I fell on my face with a lot of other people's businesses too, which sounds really weird, but also I was allowed to make mistakes under somebody else's income, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. What a really lucky thing that I was able to do.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think that when you get burned, just like in a relationship, you're afraid to get back out there. You really are. And you don't
Yes.
feel like nothing ever 100% feels right after that, right? It's never like, yes, now is the time. You take your baby steps out. You take your baby steps and you do your consistency and you get on all those networking groups and you go afraid. You go scared.
Do it scared.
You do it scared. And that's what I do. And sometimes I go to those networking events, and I'm even a pretty extroverted person, I like to think. And I will go grab a coffee and sit in a corner and not talk to anyone and consider that a total win because I got out and I went outside and I put my foot out there. And even if I didn't talk to somebody,
You started.
I
You started somewhere.
You were there.
got there. I got
Exactly.
there. And the next time, I'll talk to somebody.
There you go.
And that's okay. And so it really is baby steps. And that's okay to do baby steps. If somebody wants to ramp really fast, get their growth going really fast, you don't get to go as baby steps. It's all that.
Yeah.
But I also don't want unsustainable growth. I'm
Right.
really good at that. I don't want to do that anymore. It's not healthy. It's not safe. puts me in positions of falling asleep at the wheel at night because I'm working so many hours that I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating enough food. I mean, like, I've given myself kidney stones. I see some pointed looks.
They work till 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay, so are
And
they night owls?
they take a nap, and then they wake back up at like
Our kids.
7, 8 with
we
the
have
kids.
honey.
I get it.
Oh, we have multiple kids. Girl,
But that's different. It is. It's different.
Girl, I have 4 kids.
That's different.
10, 4. My twins just started walking.
Like, I
Valerie
will
has
wake
toddlers. Her toddlers are everywhere. So we just aren't able to, like, during the day, we're really just enjoying them.
Yeah. Good for you.
Enjoying them, and we would rather miss some sleep than miss time with them.
I will wake up to messages from the group chat after I wake up in the morning because I have it's not a 9 to 5. I control my own schedule, but I'm in my office doing therapy at regular, like, reasonable business hours.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I see a message from, like, Val at, like, after midnight, maybe 1 a.m. Can y'all meet? And I'm like, I was snoring.
Yeah.
Y'all were meeting, and I was out.
Sometimes
I
we
would-
wait for 2 or 3 hours.
Yep.
We
I
get
did
our-
one
we get our best work
nighttime
done.
meeting because it was a Friday and I didn't have any Saturday telehealth. We started at 10:30. We ended at 3:30.
That sounds accurate.
Oh
I've
my
got to get
gosh.
some sleep.
I literally cannot stay up that. I would
Oh, they do
actively
it.
be like,
Danielle's like, I
Didn't
now
work out
shut
for me.
off my phone after I go to sleep because of Valerie and Ashley.
We just had to find time. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, oh my God, we need to do this, we need to do that. And if you're, we were so passionate about helping women that those first couple months, we met every night that late.
oh my gosh.
We were on video chat every night for 3-4 hours going over
Ooh.
ideas, building it. We don't do near as much now. I'd be asleep.
I
But that's great.
I eventually go to
Who,
sleep.
who's texting who saying,
She texted me like, "Are you up?" I'm like, "Nope."
But that's the thing, like, in the beginning, though, you do sometimes put in that effort, that crazy, intense hours, that kind of stuff happens in the beginning, and that's okay.
Yes.
It's knowing when to stop.
Yep.
It's knowing when to say, okay, we put in crazy effort, now we're going to reap our benefits.
Yeah.
And consistently move
So,
forward.
Did you worked like a regular job before this, right?
Yes.
So I know, like, myself, like, when I was at my regular 9 to 5, putting in all that extra work, I was like, ugh. Like, I don't want to put in all of this extra work. I'm not getting paid for it. Not nothing. But I feel like when we started this, putting in that extra work, I think about who I'm going to help.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me feel better about it and want to do it.
Passion project, man.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
If you're not passionate about it, don't do it.
Yep.
I say that, and then I also say, take care of you, boo. You got to take care of your family. And you have to, if it's something where you maybe don't love what you're doing right now, but it is paying for the vacations that you can just take with your babies, more power to you. I don't care if you hate it. But if you want to do something full-time all the time that you really, really love, that will make you money no matter
I feel
what.
like it makes it tolerable.
It makes it
Yes.
almost easy to stay
I'm
up until
sleepy.
3:30 in the morning and have conversations about it.
It is.
I know. I
They
totally
say
get that.
if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
They say.
love what I do, but I work.
Well.
That's the thing. Like, I think every single job, even if it's something you're passionate about, has aspects of it that suck,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
You've probably got charts or something that you have to do that maybe you don't love to do.
Notes, treatment plans, stuff. I just want to help people. I don't want
Yeah.
to do this paperwork. I just want to help you.
Right, but we have to.
Insurance.
Yeah,
They need
boo.
proof that I saw someone. Okay.
Boo.
How about the proof is that their life is better?
Yeah,
How about
right?
that? They're putting in the work outside
Therapy.
of my office.
Have them do a video review.
Right.
Mhm.
there you go.
I just saw Danielle. She's doing great. Don't worry about my
Leave
lack of
her
notes.
alone.
Yeah.
She's working
Get out
hard.
the charts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the boundaries that you had to learn to implement, did you learn them before jumping back into it, or has it been an as you go process?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So each time that I fell on my face, I would definitely dust myself off and go, oh, I see what I did there. I see what I did wrong. I messed that up, and I see how I messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would go back in with more knowledge of what not to do, but not necessarily with what to do. So it was kind of that tiptoe situation of, okay, this is what I did last time and that didn't work. But I don't know, should I go over here? Do I do this? I mean, it's totally trial and error, especially when it's unfortunate, and we just talked about this, there's a lot of competition out there.
Yep.
In Colorado, there were so few interior designers and stagers that I almost didn't have anyone that would consider themselves my competition.
Really?
Out here, interior designers are every third person that you meet.
Oh, wow.
I went to a networking event last Friday or the Friday before, and I talked to 15 people, and 8 of them were interior designers. I have never met that many interior designers in my life.
Me either, but I bet you were having a blast, though. You were
we
around
had
so many
a great
like-minded
time.
women.
We were like, what's up, guys? You know, it was
Yeah.
a great time. But also, it was also like, oh, we're all here.
Right.
So who are we talking to right now?
Right.
You
How
know,
are
it's
we
great.
getting clients from this? Who is referring us? Not the person that's doing the same thing.
Exactly. But interestingly enough, there are so many niches in the interior design world that we had a lot of niches among us, which was fun.
That's good.
But it was
Okay.
still, but that's the thing, like, this is a really saturated market. But does that matter?
It shouldn't matter.
Not if you're good at what you do.
Not if you're good at what you do and you take excellent care of your clients.
Yes.
I have just a couple of clients that I've worked with in Central Kentucky over the last few years, and it has been wonderful to have them. They've been repeat clients, every
Love
single
that.
one of them.
I love that.
So I only have a handful, and yet they've kept me busy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have referred me to a couple of other people. So it's been like, you know, as the tree grows, you know how it is. And I love that. But that's a completely different way than I did things last time, because I got super heavy into networking, got very business to business and real estate heavy and things like that, because that was the direction I knew how to go.
Right.
And so now this is a totally different environment, a totally different world. I'm
Definitely
learning.
new.
I'm learning.
I feel like moving from like Colorado to Kentucky's like a more, oh my gosh, I had somebody do that for me, and this is her name and number. Like, I feel like Colorado's not this friendly. If you're from Colorado, I'm sorry.
Colorado is one of those places, everybody's a transplant.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, people aren't really from Colorado, weirdly enough. And the people that are from there, they're
move.
like die-hard Coloradoans. And you pretty much don't see them because they're in the woods. I'm telling you.
Because
it's
the
crazy.
woods are beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Oh, I would be in the woods.
nature
I'd
in
be up in there,
Colorado.
too,
I'm like,
totally.
ooh, pop me a cabin up.
No, thank you.
So you're a glamper, or do you even not even glam?
So here's the thing: when I was a kid, we camped.
Yeah.
What happened
I'm
along
over
the
it.
way? Oh, you did it.
Can
you're
I
done.
get some air
We
conditioning in
have
my hotel room
done
with a
enough.
pool, please?
We've done enough.
I respect that. I do.
That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe a cabin
I'm about a cabin.
with a full kitchen. Don't play me.
Yeah.
Toilet paper provided.
Thank
All
you.
them.
Oh, they got Airbnb all over here for sure. Oh yeah, I do Airbnbs.
Oh,
I totally
hello.
forgot about that. That was actually a really big portion of my business in Colorado. Surprise! I forgot.
I mean, that's
I
a
love
good
it though.
vacation
It's another
spot.
one of those like really fun projects to do, because not everybody wants to do their houses really fun.
Mhm.
You know.
But
They wanna make them,
Airbnbs,
like,
yeah,
really
because they
cozy.
have themed ones and everything.
Yeah. So it can be really exciting.
All right, so we're gonna play the game now.
Yep, we're gonna
game
play
time.
Would You Rather.
All right.
Who would
Would
like
you
to go
rather?
first?
So
We're
what
gonna-
do we do? We
So
go
whoever's asking is gonna say, "Would you rather
this or
X
this?
or Y?"
And
And
everybody
everybody
answers?
choose. Yep,
Okay.
I'll go first because I thought of one while I was
Good.
thinking about it,
Go on,
because
girl.
I never ever go first because it takes me forever to think of things. So, would you rather skydive, not like in tandem, so you don't have an instructor with you, so it's all on you, or spend a week out on like one of a boat? I don't know if it's like an oil rig, whatever it is, where there's boats out in like the North Sea. They're doing something. These people have a job. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, basically you're over very deep water in the ocean, no land. You can't you can't see land anywhere. Rough sea.
She's trying to play us.
Pick one.
Why?
I'm going with the water.
Death or death?
No.
I say or. You ain't getting me up high, and you're not getting me in the ocean.
Nope. It's would you
I go
rather?
with the or as well.
Ashley says either I'm gonna die when I fall out of here, or you're gonna feed me to the sharks. So I'm not trying.
The North Sea is the most dangerous
This
place
was me.
in the planet.
This
like
was me.
what?
Do you want to go skydiving or do you want to go snorkeling? I'm staying home.
No. It's would you rather? You
No,
have to
I'm not
pick.
doing
Okay,
either.
okay.
You have to pick.
You're gonna have to fight me.
I would absolutely rather skydive.
Okay.
I'm going on the boat.
Okay.
You're fighting me, Danielle.
Yeah, I mean, like if you skydive, they will teach you how to like pull your
Right.
parachute and everything.
Is this a steady, sturdy oil rig?
Yeah,
Is it-
so the
is it
workers don't die.
Is it doing this number?
No.
I'll do that one.
All right.
Okay. I had a
Your
heart
turn,
attack on the way there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is not the level that I thought we were doing. Would you rather? I thought it was gonna be like, would you rather have a puppy?
Oh
kidding.
no! Like my other options were like eat a frog or step into a beehive. Like what? Anyway, someone else go.
That's why you're a therapist. I get it. I see you. I see you, my friend. I like it. I like it. Okay, would you rather? Would you rather? Oh my gosh. Would you rather get stuck at home for a week
Like during
with
COVID?
no electricity, but food and water and plenty of wine, or get stuck on a vacation with no air and you don't speak the language? You don't know how to get home.
So I'm from southeastern Kentucky. So I feel like the stuck at home with no electric I've lived, especially after the floods. Yeah.
Yeah, 2021 flood hit me. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely staying home.
Home. Yeah. I mean, they say the best way to learn a language is to go somewhere you don't speak it and just fully immerse yourself. But
Right.
I'll be home.
Have you met me? Have you met me?
She'll be home.
This is me trying to learn another language.
But
What?
this
Ashley
is
just have,
her
like, two
with
of them
no
fans.
air conditioner too.
Because we don't have AC. Yeah.
It's hot. No.
Mhm.
I'm staying at home. I'm roasting the hot dogs
There you
every day.
go. Okay.
Every
All right.
day.
Ashley's turn.
I'm gonna do something normal because
Valid.
I cannot.
I had to go after that, okay?
I know.
Right? What was I gonna do?
Would you rather?
The one time I go first, guys.
Would you rather
Mm-hmm.
spend the night in a known haunted location?
Because this is normal.
I would do that. Or would you rather spend the daytime in an insane asylum, where they are all out?
Like an active
Oh,
insane
active?
asylum,
Yeah,
and the patients are out.
all out.
I could do either.
That's not an answer. You have to choose
Well, if you're
one or
going
the
to choose
other.
or, I can choose both. Bring it on.
I had to choose.
But you didn't. You
made
said
I said I will go on the oil rig.
Yeah. I'll spend the night at Waverly Hills. Let's go. That'll be a bonus Bourbon Boss Babe episode. Let's
Shut
go.
up.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's do
I
it.
would not do that,
Let's do
but
it in
I would
October.
absolutely rather go for the nighttime than
Okay.
the daytime with active patients.
Okay.
People are unpredictable.
Amen. So are ghosts. Val?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're predictably unpredictable, right?
True.
I mean,
I am definitely staying home.
That wasn't an option.
I'll stay in the car while you guys go in.
No.
Come see us for episode 201, where me and
201.
Danielle go fight some ghosts in Waverly Hills.
Woo! Okay. Would you rather go out on a boat and do a girls' day? Or would you rather go to like a retreat and do a girls' day?
retreat because I sunburn like ain't nobody's business. I lobster and then I go back to mighty bright white. I don't even get the tan in the middle. It's
Oh,
just
it's really
lobster
sad.
and then this. Yeah.
Well, I have a question.
Mhm.
How long are the time periods for both things? Because that totally changes my answer.
That's true.
I would say like 5-6 hours.
For both?
Yeah.
Oh.
Put
I
me in
say
the
that-
air conditioning.
Yeah. I don't want to be on a boat.
I want to be on a boat.
There's no air conditioning.
Yeah, but I'm in the water.
Are you?
In the
Or
water
are
or
you
you're
on a
on the boat?
No, I'm in the water.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, well then.
All
It's
right.
hot.
Valid.
It's hot.
I don't know what
I'm
the
a
type
beach
of
fish.
water is.
Let's do
I
it in
don't
the
care.
ocean. Let's do it in the ocean.
I don't
Never
like the
mind.
ocean.
Ashley can be in
I
the
don't like
water
the ocean.
with the sharks, and I.
I'm gonna be in the house. I'm in the house.
Let's go to a lake and go on a boat, okay? We can do that.
There you
We
go.
can
I'll
do
go
a
on a
lake.
lake.
We can do a lake.
That'll do.
Well, okay, but
Stop trying to put me
what's
in the ocean.
I know. I don't.
okay, but what's your acceptable like corpse to water ratio?
I don't know. If I don't see them, it didn't happen.
Okay,
That's kind of how I feel about it.
okay.
It's like-
so if somebody
it's like
was
that-
murdered, but they get dumped in the lake,
What's
we're-
that saying? Outside
good.
out of mind.
Okay,
Mhm,
gotcha.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
mhm.
So Stephanie, remind everybody where they can find you. Your either anything you want to plug,
Yeah.
Instagram,
Oh, gosh.
Facebook,
Plugs.
website.
Jeez. Website is sbstagingandinteriors.com. You can find me on Facebook, SB Staging and Interiors. I've really been lazy on Facebook. I just want you to know. I have been trying my best to be present in the moment and not part of the social media world.
There you go.
But definitely check out my website. It's awesome.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming on
Thank
Board
you.
and Power.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yay.
Yay.
We'll see you next time on Pour and Power.
Bye.
As always, the Bourbon Boss Babes would like to thank our sponsors, including our host, J. Mattingly Distillery, located in Frankfort, Kentucky. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Pour and Power podcast, please contact Danielle at dmorgan@bourbonbossbabes.com. We'll see you next week.